Alright, I think it's working now. Good morning, guys. How are you doing? It is September 19th, 2017. This is the 78th episode of the Ironman Challenge. And we are getting right into it as quickly as possible since today is a short stream due to servers being down. It looks like they'll be down for a short amount of time, but we'll try to get as much done as we can. So Progressive, Nikki, Only, Lops. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Lops says first light. Well, thank you, Lops. Only says the Mr. Fail Reaver is not our friend. Absolutely. But a little bit nervous about that guy, to be honest. Just because he was around much more this past time we were out there. But for those who are watching the stream after the stream, let's go ahead and knock out the rules first thing in the morning. So for the Ironman Challenge, if you're new to it, number one rule is no dying, no gear above white quality, no gear enchants, no talents, no potions, flasks, or elixirs, no joining groups or raids, no killing dungeon or raid bosses, no food buffs, no XP boosting activity, no pet battles, no battlegrounds. I think we covered no dungeons, no bodyguards, and no professions except for first aid. That might be the fastest we've ever gone through that. I did update the Ironman Challengers as recent as Keithy's made it today, so thank you, Keithy, for that. Escoro says, hi, good morning. Now it says, hi, good morning now. How are you? I'm so sorry to hear you fell again. Are you doing alright? I know that, I think it's what, the torn tendon or ligament? Is that alright? Says helpful was on if I was on the right chat. Very nice. And good morning, Lops, as well. So we have a little bit of change up here. We have a lot more people above 20. So congrats to everyone who's made it above 20. And 2 people so far at 60 or higher. That being Only, as well as Aki, I believe. I think that's Aku? Iku, I think, is that the YouTube name. Now says, I'm okay, just torn ligaments. Yeah, now that's rough. You need to stay in bed, man. With that, though, let's go ahead and get into the leveling process here, and I will pull this away. So for Hellfire, I was hoping that we could get out here at, say, closer to level 60, just because a lot of the mobs hit much harder at this level. Let's go ahead and get our Hearthstone, our create Hellstone, and we do have our Hearthstone set already. Turns us to Honor Hold. Okay. We do have the Netherguard Bidder for if we get to that quest today, so we have that. We don't have to run back to Blasted Lands. But the reason I wanted to be out here closer to 60 is that these mobs, the damage you take and the difference between 58 and 60 is pretty significant. They hit your pet very hard, and consequently, if your pet dies, they hit you very hard. So it's just one of those things. You want to kind of come out here at level 60 if you can, but toward the end of yesterday, we were actually running low on quests, and we actually probably grinded out the last 3 to 5%. So it was it wasn't rough, but it was definitely close. I would say if I had half a level, I would have to decide whether or not to knock out the more risky quests or to, I don't know. I have no idea what we would have done after that. Iku says, yep, without proceeding a. Gotcha. So Iku, yep, it's made level 61. So grats. I think that's the third person who's made it to 60 or higher. So grats, and grats as well. Only I think you're what, 75, 76? Which is pretty insane, actually. Hopefully we can catch up with you sooner than later. With that, so Paradin says, morning Qyune, Lady Q, and Sam. Hope you're all doing well. We're doing pretty good. Like I said, today's Tuesday, so servers are going to go down in about 2 hours. I've kind of liked the little thing we do where we talk to each other for the 20 or so minutes that it's down and get to know each other, say hi and everything else. So we'll probably do that today. I do need to keep it to 3 hours today, as I have quite a bit to do as far as schoolwork goes, and then work around the house. So we will keep it to 3 hours today. I think Thursday and Friday looks pretty good for extended streams, so maybe we'll work toward that direction. We already have a piece of little debris here. We have to pick up 8 pieces of metal as well as 8 pieces of wood, and then kill a bunch of these orcs. If I remember right, we don't have to necessarily kill all the orcs now. We have to come back out here in a second anyway, so it's more beneficial to pick up all the metal and wood we see. Salvage parts. Let's see, Fabio says, hello, good morning, Fabio, how are you doing? How's everything going your way? Like I said, we just started, and probably about 15% into 58 here. And as expected, Sam's going to hit like a truck, so we'll probably have to res him every 2 or 3 pulls. But not the worst thing in the world. That though, definitely don't want to get in a situation where we are pulling more than one mob, 2 at the most if we have to, but I think anything outside of that we just need to run. It seems like for the most part these guys are going to hit pretty unforgivingly, if that's a word. Alright, so there's our guy. I'm going to tag him just to see if, not tag him, but mark him just to see if they kill him out here quite often or not. Because I know sometimes on some servers, for whatever reason, he was killed like every 10 or 15 minutes, and then on other server, I think he just kind of patrolled the entire time we were here. So we'll see. I'll kind of take it in stride and go from there. Once again, we'll resummon Sam. And Fabio says, not bad, just started my major industrial management engineering. That's the translation. Really, very nice. How long is the program for? Alright, so let's blow this guy up here. Yeah, like I said, this is probably going to pull this guy. So we'll see if we can watch our backs here. I think we have this mob to kind of watch out for. Oh, no, he's going back. When we hit this mob, he's actually going to split into 2. The wolf becomes a mob that you have to be concerned about, so I try to avoid messing with him as much as possible. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and kill this guy. Fabio says it's a 2-year program. Sean says good morning, Qyune. And Patrick says good morning, Qyune. Good morning, guys. How are you doing? How's your morning going? Fabio, I'm going to write that down just so I can keep track. I try to write down what people are doing as far as their education, maybe their Warcraft characters. So I just like to keep up and see how people are doing and how that's actually going for you. Fabio, you said you're in Brazil, right? I might be mixing you up with another one. So that's OPT, 2-year program. So is that essentially a master's program for you then, Fabio, or what does that fall under, I guess? Major industrial management engineer. Sorry guys, if you're new to the channel, I'd like to keep up with chat and see how people are doing throughout their progress, whether it's the Ironman challenge or especially working toward a degree or something like that. So I try to keep up as much as possible and just check in and see how it's going. Like I said, this guy splits into 2, so we're going to focus on the wolf at the moment. The Russian name says, can I see your items? Yes, sir. Give me 1 second. Let me kill this guy here. I guess I can pop it up now, actually. So we have a gray item, another gray, white. Let's see, white item, white, a gray item here. And yep, that's pretty much all we have. We have a whopping 51 armor. But I cannot translate to Russian, so if you want me to call you by a different name, I can. But as it looks like in my chat, it's like Katab. So like I said, I cannot translate. I'm assuming that's Russian. It might not be, actually. Bobby says Portugal. Okay, I got you. Yeah, keep up as much as possible. So you excited about it, or is it just something you kind of have to do? And progressive. Oh, Moody says morning, King. Good morning, Moody. So you made it up in the morning, or is this toward the end of the afternoon for you? Alright, so he's going to run off and aggravate this guy. So I think Sam's I want to see if I can get my soul shards up here. There we go. That way I can res another Sam. And here we go. I'm going to start draining life because I know I'm going to get hit by that bolt here pretty quick. And I believe I missed that name. Oh, the Russian name. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the subscription and welcome to the stream. Hope your morning's going pretty decent. Ours is not too bad. We've it's going to be, like I said, a short stream today, so hopefully we can get to 60 or as close as we can. Alright, so let's see. Let's go ahead and turn that in. I think the Russian name said, oh, progressive. Maybe if you know a 110 on your server can kill the Fel Reaver or something. Maybe so, progressive, but as much as possible I try just to solo the challenge just so I don't have the not necessarily don't have the support, but you know, can at the end of the day say I've done it on my own. So we'll just have to keep our head on our shoulders like everybody else does as much as possible here. Bobby says master's degree. Okay, very nice. I think you maybe already be aware, but I'm in my master's program as well, so I'll be in school for 2 years with you, so best of luck. Bobby says, a bit of both. I want to open my professional abilities, possibilities, and an industrial process improvement seems like a good place to be present and future. I think that's pretty accurate. I come from an engineering background, and so I have very little understanding when it comes to the business side of stuff, so I'm kind of leaning that same way as well. I think the Russian name says, now can I see your items? I just popped them up. And Sean says, oh, he just showed them. Okay. Were you able to see them? Or did we? Oh, you did see them. Okay, perfect. So with that, we have 8 pieces, and we've actually have all the pieces we need. So I will turn this in. I think this is going, that's what we need to watch out for. That guy. We give him a blue mark so he stands out more. But that elite right there, just to kind of give you perspective, I have less than 4k health. He has 12k, so even if we run, I don't know if we would be able to survive him. We might have to drop a fear and figure out what we'd have to do as we ran from him as much as possible, but that would be very dangerous. So with that, we'll keep going, kill this guy as well. And Bobby says, thank you. For YouTube, appreciate that. Like I said, we'll be doing this for 2 years. This is my first semester, so hence why I'm able to stream at this time. With that, let's go ahead and turn this out. And let's see. There we go. I think the follow-up quest is to burn 4 of the structures on the other side. I can't remember what they were. Might have been catapults, but we'll go ahead and turn this in. Hopefully we don't need the other quest to be able to complete this one. I don't think we did. I think we could kind of do them both in tandem. Yes. So we need to burn the horde units. Okay. So with that, let's go ahead and put that on the toolbar so we have it. And last we saw, a Fel Reaver was crossing this way. I don't know if he backtracks over his path or... Well, there he is. So if he starts heading, I think he's going in the same direction we actually need to go. I'm going to grab the other quest on the other side of the keep over here. Keep being honor hold. So with that, let's go ahead and turn in this quest here. So I think the Fel Reaver's hopefully going to take a right and kind of go in the other direction altogether. Yeah, it looks like it. So while he's over there, I'm going to go ahead and work on the horde side, see if we can get some work done while he's patrolling on the other side of the map. He can do a 180. I don't have his path memorized by any means, so we'll just kind of keep our head on a swivel here and keep an eye out for him. I haven't been killed by the Fel Reaver yet in the Ironman challenge, so I would not like to start today. And, let's see, Lop says, man, Hellfire back in the days. Gank City, yes it was. I was still on Wildhammer at the time, and that was quite the pain. Also, you want to be careful of this path. I want to say the Horde Patrol goes all the way to the end of the road, so for us this might be a little bit grindy, but we just need to get our way to these catapults over here and kind of do so without pulling 6 or 7 mobs at a time. So these two are kind of following each other. I'm hoping this guy... Alright, nope, gotta wait. These two are just too close together. And the reason I'm not pulling them, 2 I could probably handle, but this guy on a mount's going to split into 2. So what looks like 2 will actually turn into 3, and that just changes the game 100%. I can fear one or I can nuke one, but that third one's just going to end up hitting me pretty freely. So as much as possible. Only says catapult quest is trivial with flight. Land on the catapult, burn it. That's kind of nice. We get flight at 60, right? Or can I? Huh? Oh, 60? Okay. And let's see. Conspiracy says, "Hey, good morning, Conspiracy. How's it going?" Logan says, "Morning, brother. Good to see you in Hellfire." Thank you, sir. We just got here. Are just finished up in the Blasted Lands yesterday, so this is a welcome change of pace. Pretty much the same scenery, just about. Keeping an eye out for the Fel Reaver here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end up summoning Sam probably once again. Alright, so with that, we'll get this guy that's kind of far out there. Hopefully launch this before he makes it back to the other mobs. And let's see. Yeah, of course. Okay. I don't know where Sam's going. Okay. So we're going to summon Sam again, just so we have that availability here. And then we have... This is why I don't like this side of the area. There's just so much when it comes down to patrol. So... I'm going to kind of treat this like a cave in the sense that I want to get through as quickly as possible. Probably says, what's your name, Qyune? Yes, it is Qyune. We'll keep it at that for the time being, by the way. I'm going to keep it at, and knock out this guy, just so we don't have to spend too much time killing stuff here. And then Father says, really? Yep. Oh, my bad. It's all good. Want to knock out this guy. He kind of patrols a little too much, so I want to avoid pulling unnecessarily. Logan says, always good to watch though. I can't play myself being kept in the hospital for a few more days. Are you doing alright though, Logan? I hope so. I know that can be... I know what we were talking about last time can be pretty tough to get through some days, so I'm hoping everything goes well for you. Progressive says he has a Twitter as well. I do actually. I have a I created it maybe a month ago, and I need to get on it more. That way I can kind of keep tabs on it and communicate more. But having just recently created the Twitter account, I'm not all too familiar with it. So I think there's been some times where people have talked to me. I've responded, but I don't know if they got my message. So we'll see. But yeah, I do have a Twitter, so maybe eventually I'll get a little bit more proficient at it. I don't know if I'm going to mess with Facebook. I did make one, but I don't know if I want to mess with it or not, just because it feels like maybe that's a little too much. Alright, so this is where it gets a lot of fun. Alright, so let's see if we can... You know what? That guy's behind me. Let me just take care of him. The one thing I'm nervous about is just getting more than one unexpectedly, and then having to decide whether or not to run. A lot of times, what I've recently noticed in the past couple weeks is that when people die on the Ironman challenge, a lot of times they run. They die by running away. You know, it's like not necessarily a bad thing, but you know, you either want to kind of commit to running from the beginning, or commit to trying to kill the mobs at the at the onset of the problem. Otherwise, you're kind of splitting your decision almost. You know, of course, that's going to change from instance to instance, but generally, I see that a lot of people die due to just switching tactics. If they had stayed and tried to kill it, they would have lived, or if they tried to run away from the beginning, they would have lived as well. So it's just one of those things, like, you want to pick your fight or flight and then stick with it. Alright, so I'm going to summon Sam once again. Let's see. His name is Timmy. Very nice. I see what you did there. Alright, so let's go ahead and nuke this guy. I don't want to pull this guy just yet because... shoot. We'll just let this guy hit us for a quick set. He hits for about 10%, so it's not the worst thing in the world. The reason I didn't pull the boar is I don't want to pull the crusher underneath him. Or I think it's Crust Burster is the actual title of the mob. But yeah, like I said, just trying to minimize pulling more than 2 at a time, because at level 58 you just get hit like a truck by everything, and some things can sneak up on you pretty quick. So that is 2 of 4. Watch our back here, make sure nothing sneaks up on us. And we'll take out this guy just so we can not get any closer to the horde outlet, our horde base there. Imperial says, hello everyone. Good morning, Imperial. How are you doing? Welcome back to the stream. So, still, the leveling. Wow, the thing's already over there. Oh, that one's not marked. So, is there more than 2 Fel Reavers? That's interesting. I'm going to give him a triangle. But that's what I was trying to figure out last time. If there's more than 2 Fel Reavers. I thought there was only 1 in the zone. But last time they seemed to pop up pretty frequently. So now I'm not too sure. We're going to end up pulling both these guys. Yep. So we'll nuke that one. It didn't pull this guy until Sam got over there. So that's interesting. Sam's probably going to die. So we'll summon him now. Let him, as he's, you kind of, for a warlock, you want to summon your pet before it dies. That way the one that's existing is stunned, but he's, you know, still alive. Whereas if you wait for your summoned pet to die before you summon another one, that just gives the mob more time to get closer to you. So you just want to be careful of that. Alright, so we need to get a little bit closer here. And there we go. I could run back, but I'm just going to hearth just to have the soulstone available. I'm probably not going to hearth right about the 7:30 time on our server, just because we want to have that soulstone available whenever servers start to go down. Outland's kind of buggy in and of itself as it is, so for the most part, you don't want to be caught out in the middle of the questing area when servers are going down. It can make that recovery pretty nasty, if not impossible. But Logan says, I wouldn't recommend reading this out. Oh, okay. Break. Stay and try to. Wow. Well, Logan, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Take care of yourself. Seriously. That's I know it's rough, but hang in there. We'll have to keep up more closely then. But yeah, hang in there, Logan. In all seriousness. But yeah, Logan, I'll catch up with you after stream if possible. Let's see. Let's see. Pitbull says, "Good morning, Vietnam." Good morning, Pitbull. How are you doing? We are working our way. Do we want to go in this direction just yet? Yeah, we'll go over here. I think that might be the more efficient option. Only says, I think there are 4 readers. At least Wowhead Comments said that. Oh, 4 Reavers. Gotcha. Really? I was surprised, or I am surprised to be honest, because I thought there was only 1, and then whenever last time we were out here with the hunter, I was like, well, maybe there's 2, but the fact that there's 4 just makes it that much more nerve-wracking. So there's the first one we marked. The second one's running around with a triangle. So evidently there's another 2 out there, so we'll just kind of be really careful of that. And let's see. Caleb says, what realm are you on? Caleb, I main on Khadgar and Ilaria. So that allows us to, since those realms are shared, it allows me to pretty much have access to 24 characters as opposed to 12. Let's go ahead and nuke the big guy here. It might be overkill. He has only 830 health, but better safe than sorry. And Fel Reaver's coming our way. Or he's not. Okay, he might not be. I guess the interesting thing about the Fel Reavers, I've never seen them close together. So maybe they keep the paths pretty separate. We just have to watch our back more than I thought we did. Shaman's Imperial. Just your any day. M says good morning. Morning, M. How are you doing? Alright, so I can't loot this guy evidently. How's your morning going, by the way? See if we can loot him without falling down the hill. There we go. Alright, so we're checking for Fel Reavers. We have that one in front of us. Okay, we're good. And then what says Kite? Yeah, Kite a Fel Reaver. I think he has like 60k, 64k health. So we'll leave the kiting to the hunter if we have to. We actually, for the fun of it, last time just tried to see if we could trap him in a frost trap. No dice, couldn't do it. We tried. And let's see. And Mop says, go Qyune Coco. Very nice. Conspiracy says, mod Logan Hill. That's up to Logan if he would be interested in that. But I definitely don't put any sort of pressure on people or make a request. So that's 100% up to you, Logan. So with that, let's go ahead and I think we can drop a Chaos Bolt on Dreadcaller here. Yep. And we will see if we can save the conflagrates for the little tiny mobs on the side. Oh wow, nope. We don't generate enough DPS to be able to one-shot any of these, so that's pretty interesting. Right, so let's go ahead and he's down. Nuke that. Kind of watch our back here. So that's just still the same Fel Reaver. His path's pretty random. But watch out for that. And Logan says, Imperial, you Horde Alliance, I can help out sometime. Said Imperial says, oh, I think I missed Imperial's comment. Well, Logan, do you know how annoying it is to get kited by a ranged class as a red pie, especially when I'm new to the game? Not sure if it's because I'm new or the class. Sometimes I think it can be pretty tough to kite, but I'm trying to figure out what Imperial was kiting. If I can catch back up, I might have to catch up with chat on that one. Logan says, yep, you can mod me, sounds good. Alright, Logan, I will write that. Let me write that name down. Not write that name, your name down. And I'll put that out. What's going to happen is as chat becomes more and more active, we'll add more mods as necessary. I just want to kind of make sure there's a healthy balance as much as possible. But I will write that down. Do a quick perimeter check here to make sure we're good to go. There we go. And yeah, that's kind of how I do the channel. Is if someone's interested in being mod, I'll write the name down, and we'll just kind of work our way through there. And if the opportunity presents itself, we'll try to get that going as quickly as possible. So it's if I start making almost no sense, it's because I'm trying to whoops. Watch out for the Fel Reaver, talk about whatever it is I'm talking about, and then do the quest item. And my health's kind of low, so I want to see if we can generate some health off this guy. The good thing about Drain Life is that even though the damage is extremely minimal, alright, so we are out of soul shards there. Even though the damage is minimal, the healing done by it is 600%, so it's a very good way to keep yourself topped off. And that's kind of what we just did here a second ago. I'm developing a soul shard just so I can get Sam back up to max health. Vic Display says, morning. Good morning, Victus. How are you doing? Logan says, oh, 1 sec. All right, Logan, we'll be here. And let's see. Let's go ahead and... What else do we need? We need the imps. Okay, we do need the imps. So we'll nuke this guy, and then we'll start casting a spell on this other one. There we go. Let's see, Conspiracy 7. I need you ID. Alright. Let me, I might go ahead and do that now just because of the situation earlier. But I'm going to pop that up. There we go. So just due to the nature of that one, we'll do that now. There we go. Alright, so with that, we have that knocked out. I'm going to turn in this quest real quick, just in case it gives us a follow-up. I want to keep the questing in Hellfire Peninsula as condensed as possible. And we have a quest to pick up a Cursed Talisman from these guys over here. But that little horde camp is actually going to be a hub for probably, what do you want to say, 6, 7 quests. So try as much as possible to condense it. But I think due to the nature of the questing, we don't necessarily have that opportunity all too much. Good news is the rewards here generate a lot of gold. I think I need to download the add-on that highlights the quest item that gives the most gold. Alright, so we have that. Alright, let's go that way. That way, it just makes the gold acquisition that much more efficient. And then Logan says, never mind, hook me up. Yep, I said, Logan, I'll try to keep in touch with you as much as possible because I know that can be serious business, so we'll keep up. Paradin said, had any luck with the slot machine field Argonite vendor? I did not, Paradin. We played a little bit yesterday, and due to class, I wasn't able to invest as much time as I normally would like to. But I'm trying to get a better set of boots, I think. And no, I only got 910, and it wasn't even the great stats for me. I'm one of the fortunate classes, being a Frost DK, to be able to almost have any piece of gear as an upgrade as long as the item level is higher. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock out this first, I believe. I don't know. I guess we'll go this direction. I think these kind of split off in 2 different quests. So yeah, we'll knock out the one with 2 quests first. But no, my boots only proc, or they didn't proc, they only stayed at 910, so maybe today we'll get a little bit of luck. I do need to see if we can knock out a Mythic Plus, possibly, with the girlfriend, just to get that Tuesday loot. But we'll see how that goes. The day gets busier and busier by the minute. Alright, so with that, grab that. And we need to burn 4 of these outposts. So we'll put that there. I think that's the one that burns it, right? Disable transporter, negative. That does not. This one does. There we go. So we need to get a Cursed Talisman and then blow up 4 of these things. Excuse me. Stay away from the boar. Only says, Conspiracy says, yep, got a Lego from it. Oh, did you really? From the Field Argonite vendor. Very nice. Let's go ahead. Well, we got the Cursed Talisman, so that's pretty lucky. You know what? If that's the case, only saying it's 1 talisman, then 12 fireworks. Okay, so if we got the first one, we're going to turn this in. Thank you, Only. If we get the first talisman, we'll turn this in, and maybe we'll get the follow-up quest to collect another 12. Yes, we do. Perfect. Thank you, Only. So that saves going back and forth. Let's go ahead and we don't need to worry about the boar for the time being. We just need to get into the base and knock out these guys. We are, you know, as a normal Tuesday, we are kind of playing against the timer a good bit. We do want to get in and out of here as quickly as possible. I don't know if we can make it to 60. I think we tried as a hunter to do this before, and it was pretty close, but we'll see. This might make things just a bit more efficient, so we'll see. We need to make our way to this tower. We also might be falling behind someone here, so that's kind of nice in its own way. Item's not ready yet, so we'll just kind of camp out here for the time being. Pitbull says, I don't get why you're not allowed to level any professions, but first aid you can make gold but won't affect it. I think it has a lot to do with the dailies associated with those professions, Pitbull. Logan says, Qyune, do you play Alliance on your servers? I do. Tempted to make a character there so we can hit up some Mythic Plus sometimes. Yeah, more than welcome to do so. We try to at least do 2 or 3 throughout the week. We haven't been as efficient in doing that these past couple weeks, but we do try to hit 2 or 3 so that we can get the Tuesday loot. Let's see. Let's go ahead and there we go. Alright, try that one more time. Alright, I didn't want that loot anyway, so the other trick is we're going to put Sam on passive. The other trick is to, if you find yourself where you can't loot something, pull something close to you. And let's say like right here, and then we'll put Sam back on assist and blow this guy up. That way when we loot this guy, we can also loot this guy just because you have that proximity to each other. And let's see. Let's go ahead and at least kill him before he kills Sam. There we go. So, in looting him, we were able to loot this guy as well. He didn't have the talisman, so all that for nothing, more or less. And let's see, we have a lot of one-word comments here. Yeah, someone throw what server? Okay. So yeah, Logan, I'm on Khadgar and Ilaria. I think we'll make our horde. We've kind of settled on making our horde Ironman challenger on Thrall, but yeah, I am on Khadgar and Ilaria. He says, I have all at 110, but really playing my Holy Priest and Windwalker Monk. How do you like the Windwalker Monk? I found that class to be a lot of fun, just in casually playing it. That's one of the ones I leveled up using invasions, and that one was, I don't want to say easy, but the gameplay was pretty intuitive. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that one. Alright, so we're down to 2 talismans. Let's see if I, whoops. Alright, so that guy's going to hit us for about 3 seconds. There we go. And we'll drop a fire on this guy. And like that. Let's go ahead and nuke him since this area is pretty heavy when it comes to patrols. You know, the mobs randomly running around and you know, patrolling the area. Fire Nova, stay away from that, and then we're going to nuke this guy. And we're good to go. Back in business. Paradin says, turkey burgers for dinner last night cute or something else. We did quesadillas. So it was a pretty good night last night. What about yourself? That says Paradin. Yeah, no, I think Paradin's more interested in what I've eaten in the past couple meals. That's funny. He says, I haven't played Windwalker Monk and Legion, but I've played it all through Warlords of Draenor. And it was super fun. Yeah, like I said, I've enjoyed the Windwalker Monk. That, and it's one of those faster classes, you know what I mean, where you can save a lot of time just by boosting ahead, similar to what a Demon Hunter does. Alright, we'll blow up this guy then. And then it says, if you know it, only says, before Warlord's professions gave a buff, skinning was crit. Yes, I did forget about that. So yeah, I think just having no professions is kind of nice in its own way, just in the sense that it makes the rule simple. You know, if you broke it up and said, well, you can only be a blacksmith, but you can't be a miner or an herbalist. You could be a skinner, but you can't be a tailor. You know, if there was that kind of issue going on, I think it'd generate more confusion. So, just as a general safety net, or for the sake of clarity, I think they just say no professions now. Even though it, you know, don't think they provide it daily at this point, but I think it just makes understanding and abiding the rules that much easier. Alright, so that, go ahead and drop this off. I think we have a patrol sneaking up on us, so get out the way here. Yep, there he is. Alright, so we have 6 cursed talisman and we need 1 more tower, so we need to work our way back into the area here. The NPC overlay saying that there's a rare over here. I've never seen the one here. That's not a rare, so yeah, I don't know if it's over here or not, or it patrols in and out, but I've actually don't think I've ever seen it. Let's nuke this guy just so he doesn't become an issue. If you don't kill him, I think he spawns either 1 or 2 mobs, so you definitely want to preemptively hit him before he spots you. And then Logan says, "Conspiracy, PvP much?" Oh, I used to. Yeah, I think the last time I've really PvP was back in sorry, Wrath of Lich King. For me, and just purely my taste, PvPs and the CC in it just makes it a lot longer. I think that's probably attributed to them wanting to make the arenas much more engaging. But I kind of enjoy the general PvP in the sense that you nuked each other, and whoever died, you got the res, and you know, you just did it again. It wasn't a whole long, drawn-out kind of thing, and there's a ton of CC to deal with. So, and that kind of goes back to my opinion about maybe styles of gameplay. How's the best way to say this? I think that when you take control out of a player's hands, say for example, if you get sheeped, or if you get put into a the druid CC, the one where you turn into a, or you go into a swirl thing, whirlwind. I can't remember what that's called, but or you're feared by a warlock. For me, I think if they can minimize the amount of gameplay where you lose control of your character, that would help out the PvP aspect, because it seems like it's extremely frustrating to not be able to play your character. At the very least, you know, if you get slowed or you get disoriented, not maybe disoriented, but slowed, or it's rooted or something like that, at least you can still kind of play your character. But when it's a in-game mechanic that completely takes the character out of your hands, I think that's maybe not the best application of gameplay. Patrick says swirl thing. Cyclone, there it is. Thank you, Patrick. I could not think of that. Every time I play a druid, I kind of want to main one, but then again, it's you know, going back and getting all the achievements and going back through it and making it your main. But druids are a lot of fun. I just don't know their spell names. Oops. Alright, so let's go ahead and summon Sam back. I just need to make it to this tower. The other thing is, if you are in Hellfire Peninsula, be careful of this wall. Mobs can actually see through it, so if you venture too close, these guys will run around and run up the hill and then come back and attack you. So just want to watch out for that. Oh, I said Cyclone as well. Very nice. Let's see. Let's go ahead and blow up this guy here before he makes it across. I don't see the rare. I don't know if it kind of, it looks like if anything it patrols around, just given how large this area is, but yeah, I can't say that I've seen him. Just kidding, I'm on Khadgar and Enthrall. Logan says I'll hit Khadgar as soon as I'm out of here. Very nice. Yeah, just let me know, and we'll take it from there. With that, let's go ahead and make our way back to the questing. We're probably going to encounter a lot of respawns on our way out, so hopefully the talisman will drop from one of those guys. Oh, there we go. That's what I half expected. Excuse me. So we don't have anything sneaking up behind us. We can use the 3-second cast here. So that's the last talisman we need. At this point in time, I think it's just grinding our way back out of here. And then Luna says, thinking a monk, just go, Mistweaver. Conspiracy says same. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and... Yeah, so the girlfriend plays a healing paladin as well as a healing priest, so if you guys want to form a group, I think the easiest slots to fill would probably be DPS or tank. I can go tank from time to time, it is my off-spec, I'm just not the most efficient puller at the time because I haven't done a lot of mythics, but yeah, we do have open, what do you want to call it, open slots for DPS and tanking if you guys are interested. And it says, I know Conspiracy, I got a meeting with Doc in 10 minutes to see if I can legally, I can just leave here. Very nice. Hopefully so. Hopefully they'll let you go and you can start your monk up, and maybe in the next couple weeks we can get into it and do a couple mythics on a consistent basis. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and I probably don't need to kill all these guys, but again, since it's... Oops, let's go ahead and summon Sam. Again, so... hit the wrong spell. These guys hit so hard, I just want to avoid a situation where I accidentally pull one and then we're having to deal with 2 mobs at once here. Paradin says, I mean a Guardian Druid, he's level 930, very nice. Paradin, I just hit 930 last night with the, not last night, but yesterday with the trinket I was able to get, so that's been kind of nice. So with that, there's our Fel Reaver. He does get kind of close to the little quest outpost, so I'm not in a too big of a rush to meet him there. She says, no, don't do it, DK. I've been maining one since Lich King. Let's see. Someone says, why not? I've never played it. I have the DK is actually my main. I've actually found them fairly useful. Especially, not useful, fairly good at DPS these days, especially with the recent buff. I think 7.3 was a pretty good patch for everyone across the board. I don't know if it was necessarily anyone got nerfed. Maybe druids did, I can't remember, but I know DK's, those who did the obliteration variation of Frostback ended up fairly well, so I lucked out with that one. But with that, we'll go ahead and turn these 2 in. Fel Reaver's off in that direction, and we'll turn these in here. Bring the warlords, okay? And we'll grab this one. Alright, so with that, we have to go back into the camp, kill the main guy, and head back out. It looks like we're already getting a pretty heavy amount of respawns, so let's... Huh. Is that just a random patrol? Yeah, I think so. We'll let those guys pass by. It says, my bad, Qyune, been watching on Now stream. It's all good. Give Now support. She's been leveling quite a bit. She's been, I think, her 6th or 7th attempt, so she's been leveling quite a bit and closing in on 60 once again. Her and Only, you guys are leveling beasts. With that, let's go ahead and nuke this guy. Neil says, hey Qyune, good morning. What's going on, Neil? Long time no see. How you been? Welcome back to the stream. It says, I have a 110 warrior. It says, no blame here. Alright, so we want to be careful right here. I think we can pass by here without too much of an issue, but it's the guard for these dogs. I don't know what you want to call them, but he can be a pain to deal with. And of course he runs right in there. Why am I not even surprised? Alright, so let's try this tactic. And let's get some health up. We'll nuke this guy. Sam's going to die here pretty soon. And I'm going to... Nope, I am out. Alright, so let's see if we can survive this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to generate enough health, but we have 3 mobs on us. And that's a huge pain. So I'm going to pop that. See if we can... Whoops, 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 whoops. There we go. Have less mobs. That's close. Alright, I think we got down to like 22%. Alright, so once we work our way back up to 100, we will... So yeah, if I use that health stone, I would have totally died there. Or if I didn't use it, Jesus Christ, that was bad. And let's see, I'm sure I'm waiting for that to catch up with chat. I was hoping a soul stone would spawn quicker, but we had a bad luck with the guy running exactly into where I didn't want him to go. Alright, so with that, we'll kind of catch our breath and keep going forward before we get into respawns here. Alright, so we have 40 seconds on the health stone. Yeah, let's go ahead and nuke this guy before he makes it somewhere. Alright, so that's the other problem, is we're having respawns pop up. That's fantastic. So with that... Yeah, I honestly, guys, I thought that was it. I thought we were going to be done in Hellfire Peninsula with that last pull. I think it got us into the single digits, so I don't know how we were able to recover from that one. One more hit from any of those things, whether it be the wolf or the main guy, I think that would have been about it. Alright, so let's, while he's respawning or zoning in here, we'll just nuke him. Now it says Xantric is just behind me. And Walkman says that was close. It was a lot closer than I would prefer. Had a little bit of bad luck with the direction that guy ran toward the end of his health, so that was rough. Alright, so with that, this guy doesn't patrol too much, and we'll go ahead and nuke him as well. Logan says, yes, I'm out of here. Doc just came in and said it's highly recommended for me to stay, but legally I can leave. I'm making my hunter out in 10 minutes. Very nice. Very, not very nice, but good luck, a good job getting out of there. So you're doing alright though, Logan. Alright, so let's go ahead and nuke this guy as well. And we need to nuke that before it becomes an issue. If it sees Sam... Alright, so... Alright, awesome. So that's... But those guys... We're going to get our health back up because those bolts hit pretty hard. Watch our back for any more patrols. Drain some more health here. Alright, so let's drain... We're a little low on our health. These those firebolts, even though they cast, take maybe a second or two to cast, and he goes right next to this mob. That's awesome. Alright, so with that, let's get our health back up. Once we get our health up, we'll summon Sam again. But there we go. There we go. Get our health back up on this guy as well. Alright, so the other issue we're having right now is that we are pretty much out of mana, so I don't even know if I have anything that I can drink. I can sit down and eat, but I think at this point it's just pretty much waiting on mana to come back, so that's almost a perfect storm because we're right in the middle of respawn. So I think what I'll do is, we do have our Hearthstone up, we'll just kind of continue to clear through here, and I want to see if I can pull this guy here. Because what we don't want to do is sit there and wait for our mana to come up. Because that's going to just put us right in the middle of more respawns. The good thing is we got rid of the patrol that walks around the building here, so that's kind of nice. Fabio says that's getting too intense. Jay says, "Hey Qyune, good morning, Jay. How are you doing?" We are cutting it close. We've had 2 close calls so far, which is excuse me, what I was more or less worried about when it comes to Hellfire and being level 58, but this is the path we picked, so we just have to pull a little bit more. Now we're going to save that for the main boss here. Let's see if we can get up to 4, what do you want to call it, soul stones? That way we can just nuke this guy here. And perfect. Alright, so with that, it is right at about the 7 o'clock moment. So rather than running back through that mess and trying to endure that again, we're going to just hearth out of here and then run back. And let's see. Patrick says my heart's pounding so hard. Mine is too, Patrick. That was, I think I was probably 1 hit, if not at the most 2 hits from dying. I did see a single-digit number when it came down to my health, so yeah, that was a lot closer than I was comfortable with. Make me nervous. Let's see. Fabio says, you can use your mana tap. That's true. I could have used that. Restores 30% of your maximum mana at the cost of 10% of your health. So yeah, that is an option. I don't want to put that by my health generation spell, but yeah, I could use that in the future. Let's see. Bob says Qyune is savage right now. No man is still racking it up. Savage or maybe reckless. I don't know which is the more accurate terminology there, but either way, it's extremely close. All right, so with that, we'll turn in this, and yeah, we'll go ahead and turn in this quest. At least try to get to 59 as quickly as possible. That way, you know, the higher the level is that we're in those situations, the higher our probability of surviving. So that's kind of why I'm focusing on just purely leveling at this point, rather than efficiency, I guess, if that makes any sense. Alright, so this guy's coming right at us. We've had enough close calls for the day, so we're just going to let him pass by. I'll stay on the road, and I'll catch up with chat. Austin says, Qyune, you should life tap so you can cast Drain Life more. It's only a little bit of life for a lot of mana, especially with your Voidwalker tanking anyways. Yeah, Austin, I might start doing that. I might put that spell here. That's keybound, so normally I've been trying to stay away from pulling out of my own health funnel, but if we get into that situation again, I think it's more advantageous to, you know, we have to get through that area or that pack of mobs more quickly next time, so I might have to revert to using my own health, as much as I hate doing that on the Ironman challenge. But man, that was close. That's gonna be fun time stamping that moment. So with that, we'll go ahead and nuke this guy. Patrick says, did you check the 44 hertz thing? Yeah, Patrick, I did. When I made it full screen, I'm actually at 60 hertz. So it says, Patrick said we still haven't figured it out. No, I did. I made it full screen when I was off stream, and it ended up being 60 hertz. So I guess that's an indication of what, the video card or the TV side, monitor side. So let's go ahead and resummon Sam here. Maybe we can split these two. Yes, we'll do that. Let's see if I can catch back up. I think Conspiracy was asking about Logan's battle tag, but I think Logan's so excited at getting out of the hospital, Conspiracy, you might have to wait. I think he said he'd be back in about 10 minutes, so I think he took off. Speak with the assistant. Honor holds in. Okay, so we have to go right back where we came from. Before that though, we will start working on these demons. This area is also pretty dangerous, generally speaking, due to the fact that one, the patrols are everywhere. The patrol paths, you know, there's long patrol paths and there's short ones where they go back and forth fairly quickly, and then the long ones allow them to kind of go out of view. Oops, we already summoned them. We're good. Go out of view and then come back around. So as much as possible, you want to kill the guys that are patrolling as like I said, as feasible as possible. The other thing is that every so often this portal will generate an elite mob, and you just want to be careful of that as well. So just a pretty dangerous area, to be honest. We do need 4 of the demonic runestones, so I wonder if I can put that on my toolbar. No, I can't. I kind of want to keep an eye on how many I have without having to look into my bags, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I want to say that's protein. One says leak. What is that, protein? Welcome to the stream, by the way. I think that's the first time I've seen your name. And we'll do that. We'll summon Sim. Go ahead and kill this one. Oh, she's up. There we go. And then Patrick says, it's an indication of the refresh rate of your monitor. Keep it full screen on stream. Keep 60 hertz, makes everything more fluid. Now, do you guys see it? Patrick, is that something that translates for viewers? Or is that just on my end? Alright, so we have another patrol. This guy is going to be a little bit dangerous, just as this one is. They're kind of working behind us. So we're going to nuke this guy down. And like I said, it's the patrols in this area that make it tougher than anything else. The mobs themselves don't hit incredibly hard, but they hit hard enough if you have 2 or 3 on you. Right, so let's see. So there's that guy. I didn't even see where he came from. So we have 4 patrols here. That's insane. Alright, so that's crazy. So we want to nuke one with the Chaos Bolt just so we don't have to deal with 2 at a time. And then Imperial says, Warlords of Draenor is amazing. I didn't get why people hated it. Imperial, really? That's funny you say that. Just yesterday we were saying something where I haven't come across one person that that actually considered Warlords of Draenor. Now, I've said the leveling in Warlords of Draenor was very good. It's probably the best it's ever been up to that point. Legion, I think, was a little bit better, but do we have all the stones we need? Not runestone. We do have 4. Okay, I want to keep that up for the time being, just so I can click this and then take off. Now, what was your favorite thing as far as Warlords of Draenor, Imperial? Because, like I said, you're the first person I've noticed or heard of that actually enjoyed that expansion. I won't say I didn't enjoy it. I should probably clarify that. It wasn't bad. I knew that the gold thing wasn't going to last forever. But, yeah, let's go ahead and knock out this guy. I knew the gold thing wasn't going to last forever, so I did enjoy making gold very quickly and very efficiently. But, as far as, like, I could see why a lot of people traditionally didn't enjoy it too much. Mr. Angel says, oh, Mr. Angel, good morning. How are you doing? I think that's the first time I've seen your name this morning. Says, Warlords Draenor lore and storyline was great. To me, the whole garrison thing took away from the actual social aspect. Yeah, Mr. Angel, I think that's probably the #1 thing I've heard that was the problem with Warlords Draenor. You know, I think, in all honesty, they could have easily fixed it just taking trade chat outside of the garrison, and then maybe removing the what do you want to call it? The mining and the herbalism within the garrison. But you know, when you had all that going on, there's really no reason to go to the city. You just log into your garrison, do your daily chores, and then log back out, which is pretty much how I generated a significant portion of my gold. Alright, so let's blow this guy up as well. we don't have to worry about the fail guard coming this way. We should be alright with regards to that. And Haza says, oh, Outlands, congrats. Thanks, Haza. We just started it this morning, and we've already had 2 close calls within probably 5 minutes of each other, so I'm glad that's done. Got that out of our system. We're going to now try to knock out this before it summons an elite demon. Excuse me. Just watch your back for the patrols. Let's see. How it says, I like the garrison. That's about it. Yeah, I liked it just for, like I said, the sense that you could make as much gold. You log on. At the time, I had about 10 alts, so you know I'd log on for 5 minutes each day on each one, and maybe not 5 minutes, 3 minutes, just do the garrisons real quick and knock that out. Are the missions, and those generated quite a bit of gold in and of themselves, and maybe the professions. And it wasn't hard. I think, you know, with minimal gameplay, we were averaging maybe close to 100k a week, so that built up pretty quick. Yeah, that's sneaking up on us. Okay, so just because that's so close, probably end up pulling it anyway. So I'm gonna nuke them and take care of the pet. Like I said, pretty much have to keep our head on a swivel for this area. Seems like not only in addition to all the patrols that go along in the area, I think we're short. How many of these do we need? Okay, we just had to be standing. Alright, I'm gonna actually end up pulling that guy. Nope, we're good. Okay. Hopefully the elite demon doesn't spawn as we're doing this. Alright, so that's done. And off we go. Mr. Fifth says, or Mr. Angel says, also the professions were so messed up compared to the other expansions. Yeah, the professions were kind of a little rough, to say the least. I don't know if there could be like one single, what do you want to call it, solution to the professions, just because there's a lot of things that could be done a lot better. So I think we need to bomb this guy. Yes, we do. Or not this guy, but these portals. So we'll take off and drop the bombs here. And Caleb says, I thought you couldn't use spec or talents. Caleb, so with Legion, sorry I missed your message by the way, but Caleb, yeah, so for Legion, you pretty much have to have a spec. At level 10, you're automatically assigned one, but talents you cannot use. So you're kind of half right there. We have to use the specs. In fact, you can switch between them. You're not stuck to say one spec, but with any of the specs you do choose, you can't use any sort of talent. So that's kind of how that's broken up. Lord Troll says, good morning all. Good morning, Lord Troll. How are you doing? Welcome back to the stream. I haven't seen you in a week or so. See if I can hit this thing. Did we make it? Yeah, we did. Okay, so that's both. And then Jay says, I've stopped playing at the moment purely because my Drano gourd finally ran out. Nice. Well, you know, in Legion, the gold generations, I wouldn't say as good, but it comes pretty naturally just from doing the world quest and let's see what else. The professions, like a lot of your raw materials in this expansion are extremely valuable just because there's a lot of people who are doing the professions this time around. There's a lot more people raiding. You know, it's just a lot more people are participating in content, so it's kind of driving the price up of everything. And I want to say the WoW token on North American servers is, what is it? It's back up to about 160. So I think last week it was like a 150, and then at one point it spiked up to 180. So 160 is not too bad. That is level 59, so hopefully our survivability is a little bit better. But with that, we do need to fly over to Shattered Point. So we'll knock that out. Lord Troll says, I remember when I had my name changed on stream, just wasn't gaming enough. I used my Yahoo email for jobs instead. Yeah, I was wondering. I thought you had switched it back. I was like, I thought you had canceled it, but I wasn't going to say anything. It says, well, not the stream. I mean YouTube. And the heart says, not a gold farmer to be honest. I have 2 players with 30k, and that's the most. You know, I kind of go through phases when it comes to gold. Like, I think for between January and maybe at June from January to June is when I did my significant gold farming this year. Since then, I haven't really messed with it too much, but I need to get back into it because I just bought 6 WoW tokens the other day, so that's not put a significant dent into my little account there. So let's turn that in real quick. But yeah, a lot of it, the gold comes fairly naturally. The repair bills for this expansion can be pretty significant, especially the higher the gear you have. I think my most recent one was close to 400 gold. And I don't think I had any red gear at that point. Let's see, we need to talk to this guy, I believe. And throw another bomb on our toolbar here. Yep, to the abyssal shelf, and off we go. And Fabio says, what's the token for? So Fabio, the token you can use in place of real life money to pay for Warcraft. So for example, if you have 162k gold, which is the price for North American WoW tokens, you can use that to purchase a month of gameplay rather than using the $15 or whatever it is. You know, you can use in-game currency just because people are using the token to purchase, more or less purchase gold. And let's see, there we go. Sometimes if you put the bomb on your toolbar, it says the spell is not learned, so I'm not sure why that's the case, but it is a bug. So if it bugs out and says spell is not learned, just click the button again, and it should work itself out. Let's see, let's drop one on that guy. Saka says, I just watched you almost die. Very close. That was way closer than I wanted it to be. I thought for sure that was it. There's that point in time when you're leveling as an Ironman where your little character's life flashes before your eyes, and you're just like, oh man, is this it? Am I gonna have to run back to Tell Your Soul again as a human? So yeah, that was a lot closer than I was hoping it would be. But I think part of that was just bad luck with the mob running in that one direction. Out of 360 degrees, he ran the 1 degree that was exactly what I didn't need. So we'll blow those 2 guys up. I think we need to slay the overseers. There we go. And then we'll hit one of these 2 guys, hopefully. And yep, that's it. So we'll fly back, and Tuki, that name is kind of funny. It says, what's the timestamp? Oh, so I haven't been able to for the past week or so, but normally what I've been doing is going back over my old streams and timestamping the more notable moments, such as when I level, when I die, when we have a close call. So when I get a chance to do that, I'm hoping that's going to be maybe Thursday when I get a chance to sit down and go through the videos. I try to go back through and timestamp them all just to make it, for those who happen to watch it post stream, you know, it's kind of hard to watch someone's old stream. It's just kind of, you know, not interactive to say the least. And then I think this guy sends us to the honor point. Yep. So I try to timestamp it just to make it easier to watch. Let's see. It says this is probably the most safest quest. Probably so. It's, you know, when you have these quests after you've had a close call, or you've continuously have close calls, and then you know, you kill them all just using your spells. I kind of welcome the the change in questing. When you jump up on a mount and you just bomb bomb the coast or bomb a bunch of random mobs here, just because it's almost like a point in time where you just take a deep breath and relax for a second. So with that, let's go ahead and kill 2 of these guys. And let's see. We need to go. We've killed a rare over here, but it's pretty hard to come across these rares in Outland, so I don't expect to see them again. But we do need to kill 10 of these guys and then the named mob. The problem with this area, even with the hunter, we ran across a lot of respawns, and if there's anything that's going to kill us, it's going to be how quickly sometimes these respawns can occur. And plus, with the pathway that these mobs patrol, they overlap each other a good bit, so it's just one of those places you want to be as much as possible, careful as possible. And Keith says, I've not long finished my stream, hit level 34. Very nice. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a quick break. I think Sam knocked something off the countertop, so give me 1 second. I heard something fall in the background, so give me 1 second. Sorry guys. Just make sure our character's alive here. I think if we log back in, we'll be alright. Brandon! Oh no. Brandy Ups? Thank you for the subscription and good morning. We're not taking a break. I'm just checking on seeing what kind of mess Sam's made, so I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I'll put up the rules in the meantime, though. The rules, not the end. There we go. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. So evidently he's just playing with his water container of all things and knocked it over. So we'll jump back in the world here. We should be good. Take that down. And I will catch back up with chat. Logan says... Oh, Logan's back. Welcome back, Logan. Right, so let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. Like I was saying, the respawns and the patrols is what makes this area more dangerous than it probably needs to be. We do need to kill Razor Saw, but I'm definitely not getting into that mess just yet. We'll probably kill these guys as systematically as possible, just so we don't have to deal with them later. Justice says, oh, felt almost loud on the Ironman challenge. The Ironman challenge, since it's kind of a mount, it's a get out of trouble card for sure. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure, Justin. Is it considered a white quality item? Is it? Because that one's, I'm not sure. That's actually a really good question. Because that is a relatively new item. Alright, says, hey Kraken. Wine Salt says hi, Qyune. I see we're in Outland. What's going on, Wine Salt? Good morning. Yes, we are in Outland. And Keithy saying, not long finished my stream at level 34. Congrats, Keithy. Sorry, I had to step away and check on Sam, so I'm way behind chat. More so than I normally am. Let's see, let's nuke her, just so we don't have to deal with her later. More than likely, before we finish this quest, we're going to have to kill the Razor guy as he comes back around. Yeah. So with that, we'll go ahead and start building up our soul shards as much as possible. Sam's probably at about 80% health, so not too bad. It's going to take Razor a little bit of time to make his way around, so let's see, what can we do to make this more efficient? I guess we'll nuke that. The Fel Cannon can hit pretty hard, so just be aware of that. And then we'll build up our soul shards once again. Watch our back just in case respawns happen. And put some distance between us. Alright, so with that, go ahead and nuke this guy. And since Sam's at about 40% health, we'll go ahead and resummon him. I thought this guy was going to be a little bit harder to kill, but I guess not. Walkman says, Keith, summon you. Thanks, Walkman. And let's see, Keithy says, Philippe is 76. Yes, he is. Only's been leveling really fast, to say the very absolute least there. That's it's almost unreal how fast he's been leveling, actually. So see if we can at least catch back up with him by the end of the month. We'll see. That's probably what, a good 17 levels before we can get there. I think I'll try to hit this guy from this angle. Okay, good. We can shoot through the structure, so that's kind of nice. That's going to put us at 8 here, and then we'll blow this guy up. And Logan says, Qyune, does your girl have a guild she can invite me for the perk and loan me some bags? Let me see what I can do. She's actually not at the computer at the moment, so I'll have to work on getting you some bags here in a second. Well, a second probably being after the stream, but yeah, we can get you something. What is the name of your character, Logan? And we'll take it from there. So we'll knock this guy out real quick. Alright, so that's 10. We can turn this in real quick, and then let's see. Justin says, I like the Goblin Glider. Yeah, the Goblin Glider, Justin, is, I'm really surprised that they're allowing it, but I'm really glad that they do. It's let's see, turn that in real quick. It's a good way to escape mobs as well as travel faster than you normally would be able to across distances. It's more so extremely useful during Azeroth, but it can be very helpful in the Cataclysm and other zones as well. But yeah, very powerful. It's just one of those things that allows you to glide down for 2 minutes, and it's a good way to get out of combat too. Oh, it says, very nice, Logan. I'll write that down. Yes. Alright, so with that, we need to kill the fail cannons here, and we'll unload with that. Laughs. Yeah, very nice. What else? I'm gonna try to catch back up with some of the stuff I missed in chat while taking care of Sam. I think so Keithy within chat, for those who may not know, is actually leading the charity event this month. So if you're interested in doing the Warlock race with us, you're more than welcome to. You don't necessarily have to stream to do it. And we are using his we're using Keithy's Discord to kind of communicate back and forth and give everybody information as much as possible. So if you're still interested, we still have what, 10 days to the end of the month, if 11 if you count today. So more than welcome to join us. I think probably toward the end of the week, or sorry, end of the month, last week of the month, it's going to be a little bit hard to catch up with some of the guys. But oh wow, okay. So this thing's going to hit for quite a bit. I want to go ahead and summon Sam now because the cannon is like a small machine gun. And let's go ahead and dot it up. Alright, yeah, that's hitting really hard. So it's almost, I wouldn't say unrecoverable, but that thing's hitting for about 10% each time. Alright, so with that, we're going to have to summon Sam again here. Hopefully we don't have another mob sneaking up behind us. We'll generate some health. And I think we're back in business here. Let's get back up to 100%. Alright, so with that, let's just go ahead and nuke him. We're going to have to summon Sam again anyway. Once we get the soul shards, that is. So let's run around and see if we can kill something to get a little bit of soul shards. I think we'll have to go from this angle maybe. There we go. So we'll summon Sam and then blow this one up again. And Justice says, check to see if the Falcon Mine is legal since it's lets you get up into the air from ground level. Let's check. Justice says, oh, Justin, you're saying you are going to check? Okay, I got you. Let me go ahead and knock out this guy. Try to not pull the cannons like that again. Like I said, the cannons cast for that little attack it does, a fireball, if that's what you want to call it. It's probably right about a second, and that was hitting us for anywhere from 9 to 11%. So just want to avoid aggravating that thing again without being ready for it. So this will be the second one, and we'll go ahead and nuke it right off the bat. White Salt says, holy cow, I made those Outlands quests like 500 times. Yeah, the usually, to be honest, I generally tend to skip this zone just because of the experience we get from the dungeons out here. So more often than not, I don't really quest out here that often. Let me see, what's the best way to pull this? We have that respawning on us, so that might be the better thing to pull here. Maybe we can get it before Razor Maw sees us. Okay, we'll mount up and take off here. The other thing is, when Burning Crusade first came out, I think the idea was to be level 60 when you came out here. So a lot of these mobs still kind of have that that programming in mind, or built within the coding. So the amount that they hit for and the level of them themselves is sometimes hard to deal with when you're not level 60 or even close to it. We're creeping up there a little bit. We're about 30% into 59, so we're getting there. Like I said, I don't know if, let's see, it's 7:30 now, so yeah, I think we have enough time to knock this quest out. I want to say with one of the hunters we didn't have enough time, and we caught it before we got to this point, but with this one I think 12-15 minutes should be enough time to get in there and get out and grab the key. We do have our Hearthstone available if we do run out of time, so that's kind of why I try not to use it too often on Tuesdays, just because we do need that toward the end of the stream, just to make sure we get somewhere safe before servers go down. And Hardy says, I wonder if the game will grant me flying. Whoops. Will grant me flying without buying it like it did with the level 20 mount. No, Sir Hardy. So for the Warlock, which is new to me actually. At level, you don't even get the level 40 training for free. You have to pay for that training, and then the same with flying. Flying comes out of your pocket as well. So 20 is pretty much the only free one Warlocks and Paladins get. Miss Trainer says first Burning Crusade content was lower towards the level 60s who were geared with BW AQ 40 gear. Yes, and exactly. I think they've toned it down since then a little bit, because they've mitigated the maybe not mitigated, but they've stifled the jump in gear quality, especially with your greens. You know, there was your level 59 greens from Azeroth are now somewhat comparable to your level 60 greens from Outland, or your level 59 greens from Outland. So the ones from Outland, of course, are still a little bit better, but it's not as dramatic as it used to be. But yes, they did originally have this thing geared toward players that had epics and you know, geared up from your previous raids. They kind of do that every time, and then, you know, after a year, or maybe probably a little bit longer actually, they kind of tone it back down and ease it up a bit. Matuki says heading off to work now. Good luck. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for stopping by, and have a great rest of the day at work. It says I just got on and forgot about server restart. That's funny. The yeah, that's what we're gonna have to deal with here in a second. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and yeah, that's kind of why I'm in somewhat of a rush on my end. We want to get this key and get out of here before servers restart. We have 10 minutes before we get the countdown, and generally speaking, we just don't want to be out in the world questing when the countdown hits, or really when the countdown starts. Sometimes the servers can restart before the countdown gets all the way to 0, and when that happens, it's just a bad experience for everyone, really, but more so your Ironman than anything else. We're not going to aggro that guy, and we'll resummon Sam here. Hassan says people still play WoW. Yes, sir, Hassan. In fact, millions of people still play WoW. I think the numbers, they said numbers are higher than Warlords of Draenor, but it says nothing changed. I don't know. There's been quite a bit of changes since the vanilla days. You should join us for the Ironman challenge. It's not as immersive as it used to be, but it's still a good game just because of all the content that we have out there at the time. So it's still good. As things are going now, I'll probably play him for another 10 years. We'll see what other entities out there that are left to kill. Hopefully, we haven't killed everything within the next 8 or 10 years. Steven says, what is the Ironman challenge? Steven, welcome to the stream. Good morning. Welcome to the channel as well. I'll put that up real quick. So as we're killing this, we're in a little bit of a time crunch. We're going to try to get somewhere safe before servers restart. But in a nutshell, Ironman challenge is to get from 1 to 110 without dying, using only essentially the worst gear in the game. That being your white and gray quality gear. It's a solo challenge, so there's no allowing of grouping with anyone, whether that's doing just grouping up with them, or oops, let's go ahead and kill that. Whether it's just simply grouping up with them, whether it's doing a dungeon. You can't even do any sort of pet battle leveling. It's just a very bare bones leveling process where you have to go through and see how far you can get without dying. And with that, we'll put that back down. But if you want more rules, or you're interested in the challenge, or you're interested in doing the race with us for this month, all of the links are in the description, so feel free to check those out. But it's actually still considered the hardest challenge in the game, so there's that to look forward to. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and I guess we'll start with this guy. And Hardy says, there are people camping my quest giver and I can't hand it in. Oh, yeah. Especially in those early Azeroth zones, that can happen quite a bit. So we'll resummon Sam here. We need to kill this guy to get the key off of him. So The problem with that though is you'll notice that he's standing on top of another mob, and if that's not enough, these two patrol close by, so we have a good bit of killing to do before we can get the key and then close the portal and then take off. So we'll nuke this guy real quick, or this girl. And Mr. Angel says, Naga race is coming. Honestly, I would be very surprised if I'm kind of hoping it does, to be honest. I would like to play that race, but honestly, I think Ethereals have a higher chance of being the next race than anything else. Alright, so let's nuke that guy. We'll get Sam over here on this one. And let's... you know what? I'm going to save my Chaos Bolt. We're going to need that to kill the Felguard here in a second. Chamber Fist, last, and let's see. Up says Qyune, my man, I'm off to bed. Dude, need some sleep. Nice, so you can stream. One more point. Alright, Lops, you have a good rest tonight as well. And let me go ahead and save my health here. But yeah, appreciate you stopping by, Lops. Have a great rest of the night. But yeah, Angelfish, I would like to play the Nagas. I think that would be extremely hard just because of them having to re-image all of the gear in the game to be able to apply. You know, say for example, your leg plates are essentially just going to be a giant bracer. So, you know, they have to go back through and implement all that technology. Not to say that they can't, but you know, it's just something that they would. It seems like it'd be a little bit more work. And then I don't know what you do for shoes, which I guess nothing, since Torin and John I don't really have anything to wear. Alright, so with that, we're going to start encountering respawn soon just because we've emptied out half this area. So we'll go ahead and nuke this guy with a Chaos Bolt. And then Logan says, well, got to level 12 before reset. Very nice. Got some level 12. And Sam's still alive. I think we're doing alright, so we won't have to resummon him. We'll get out of the fire though. Grab the key. Hopefully, we'll accept that. Hopefully there's nothing here to aggravate us. And we'll go ahead and shut this thing down. Angel says, well, I meant, we as heroes are going to face... Oh, I see what you're saying. Face the Nagas. Is that confirmed, or is that what you're hoping for, Angel? Alright, so with that, we'll turn in this quest. So that wasn't too bad. We actually did that a lot faster than I thought we would. We still have 4 minutes before the countdown starts. That guy is not marked, so either that's the third Fel Reaver or one's been killed beforehand. Excuse me. See if we can avoid this guy as much as possible. And I think maybe one of the better things they could do at this point would be to enhance all the character options on current races. You know, a lot of your characters, especially like Torin, you know, they just don't have a lot of custom abilities, so it would be neat to see them actually update that aspect of the game and give players the capability of, I mean, they've updated the model so the appearance looks a lot better than it used to, but still, you know, there's not too many options within those appearances. Walkman says 4 minutes to get to level 20 for me. Very nice. What level are you right now, Walkman? 19 then? So there goes a DK. We'll go ahead and nuke this guy real quick. He says, I don't know, I have a feeling with all the Ashara sightings we've been seeing that, but I was watching Bellular Gaming, his channel the other day, and he had a good point in the sense that Blizzard's remodeled the Ethereals, and usually they don't do that for characters or races that, you know, aren't going to have too much of an impact. So I think if we're not allowed to be an Ethereal in the next expansion, we're definitely going to see more of those guys. But I don't know, as far as the next races, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if we're going to really know at the end of this raid. They said this is going to be our last full raid, but they didn't say anything as far as what do you want to call it, you know, your mini races. similar to mini raids, similar to the one where we kill Helya. Let's see, let's go ahead and hearth back. So we're good here. And Walkman says, yes, level 19Q. Very nice. It says, Walkman, are you on his server? I think Walkman's... no, he might be. It's Oceanic, I believe. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and turn in this quest real quick. I guess since we're here. Alright, so yep, we have the 15-minute timer, so we'll just use that time to turn in these quests and see what all we're doing next. Alright, so with that, we didn't do too bad today for what? About an hour and 50 minutes, hour 45 minutes. We've been able to level all the way through 58 and then halfway through 59, so it's not been too bad. Turn that in. And let's see. Somebody says, dude, that sucked. The reset totally killed my excitement. Well, it's, in all fairness, Logan, it's going to be kind of short if that helps you at all. Should be an hour at the most. Alright, so with that, grab this quest as well as this one here. Just kind of getting ready for the next leg of the questing. He says, no, I should be though. I'm currently on Frostmourne which is an Oceanic server. Yep. I think the good thing though is that Oceanic and North American servers can befriend each other on Battle.net as well as group up to a certain extent. So there is that element of it. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and turn this in. And let's see here. I think the quest turn-in might be upstairs. Oops, it's this one. So we'll grab that quest. And the digging up the prayer beads, if you don't know where the prayer beads end up being, you have to purchase a piece of meat and or give the dog a bone, and then you chase it around, and it goes all throughout honor hold. If I can get out of the mailbox, there we go. But at the end, every time it comes to the end of this building, so if you just click on this little dirt mound right here, you can skip the whole dog portion of it. So Parent says, don't forget Banished and Hellfire Q can save lives. You know what? That's a good point. There's quite a few demons out here. Yeah, so I might have to start utilizing that a little bit more. So we'll go up here, turn this in, and I think that'll be it for questing for today anyway. Just because it looks like we're hitting the 13-minute mark, and yeah, I think everything else is outside. So we'll go ahead and just kind of clean up our bags and get ready to call it a day. Yeah, avoid getting hit by one of these things. Alright, so yep, that's dangerous. Let's go back into the inn then. What's our stuff this way? It only hit us for 5%. I want to say those things used to hit a lot harder. But I might be thinking of something else. Oh, it says, it's cute. I'm doing my own challenge on my hunger on your server. It's called use ways and get to 110 as fast as possible. Very nice. I think there's been quite a few people who've gotten leveled up pretty quickly using all the BOAs and whatnot. I think if you have enough gold, you can buy the XP potions, but of course, it's not going to be too viable when it comes to starting on a new server. Let's go ahead and sell everything that's soulbound. We want to save the smoked food here, just because that's going to be our food until pretty much level 75, I believe. That binds when equipped. This is soulbound. Yeah, we didn't get too many BOE drops today, I don't believe. Still didn't get any sort of transmog or robe update. We'll put this on the toolbar just for next time. And let's see if we can at least, let me clean that up. Log out outside of the inn. The reason, like I said, for those who are unfamiliar, the reason I log out outside of the inn is just so that we don't build up as little rested XP as possible. So with that, we will let the timer go through there. Johnny, or what says Johnny hurt? Yeah, I'll write that down here in a second. Well, put that up. Like I said, servers are going down, so we are kind of anticipating that, and we'll leave that up for the time being. And let's see, Walkman 124. Just write that down real quick. Johnny hurt. So is that from like the Johnny Cash song, or what is that? Johnny hurt. 11516. Perfect. Got it. And then Logan says, "I'll see you Walkman." Very nice. Oh, you know what? Let me change servers real quick. We'll put this down here in a second. So let me see here. What is the easiest way? Logan, what area are you leveling in at the moment? So Logan is 14272. Okay. Xantric says, "Hey Qyune, good morning Xantric. How are you doing?" And Abdullah says, "Hi Qyune, hi stream. How are y'all doing? Welcome back to the stream, Abdullah. How's your morning going?" Xantric, how's your leveling going so far? I think last I saw you were what, 44, 45? Austin says, "Is that your DK in the background?" That is my warrior that I just kind of let do profession. So I'll pull that back down, and that is the DK. Logan says Goldshire. Okay. Let me see if I can do something real quick for you. Trying to figure out which guy is still in the I think my warrior has enough embers or enough material, so let me work on that real quick. Let's see. Walker says, "I was going to go with Johnny Cash for the chicks, but went with Johnny Hurt." Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that was where that was going, so let me clean this up real quick. We'll accept that, and let me knock this out real quick. So what I'm trying to do here is have enough material to knock that out. So we need, there we go. And with that, Xantric says, "Good, just got to 49. Congrats, Xantric, very nice." So just from my experience, if you can, I would wait till you're 60 to go from Hellfire. We had like 3 close calls today, so just kind of be careful of that. Let's see. Sarian. If I can find where the other bags went, there we go. And Mr. Angel says, "I have to say this is one of my favorite streams. Great job on this. Very social and fun." Well, thank you, Mr. Angel. Welcome, and thank you for being a part of it. It is a lot of fun. The stream is what makes the Ironman so much more fun than it normally would be. I would probably still do it just because I enjoy the challenge that much, but alright, so you said you're in Goldshire. We'll head to Stormwind. And Xantric says, "At 15.5 hours now." That's not bad, Xantric. That's insanely fast. Very nice. Abdul says plate master race. Pretty much. I have a pretty significant portion of plate transmog. I still have quite a bit to go, but let me see. Add friend. that name, Logan. Jesus. Alright, so with that, add you there. Whoops. We've already added you, so invite. And let's go ahead and knock that out real quick. Oh, you know what? That's what we need to do. Pull you in real quick. Info, add. Alright. There we go. Alright, so with that, let's head in your direction there. Logan says, thanks man, I'll repay you. Don't worry about it, Logan. Don't worry about repaying. It's just, it's all in-game stuff. Just make use of it and level as best you can. Abdul says, Master Plate Race, and Lord Troll says, what time is the patch? I think it's going to update here in a couple minutes. I think we have like right at about 4 minutes, so catch up with Logan here. Looks like, there we go. So let me trade this with you real quick. We'll do that. There you go, Logan. I don't know why I traded that one. There we go. And that should help. And pretty talking. Alright, we'll do that. Let's see if there's any sort of... See if you can get my health down. I got 5 million health. See if you can get it down before servers go down. And let's see. Lord Troll says, what time is the patch? Yeah, Lord Troll, I want to say it's going to be right now in about 3 minutes. I guess I have some sort of I have some sort of what do you call it? The kickback whenever you hit me. That's kind of funny. Logan says, I decided to let you live. I appreciate that, Logan. Thanks, sir. That was kind of funny. But alright, so with that, we have 3 minutes and we'll just kind of ride this out until servers go down. But yeah, like I said, this is since it is Tuesday, server's going to go down toward the last portion of our stream, and at that point in time we just kind of say hi. And today it might be a little bit shorter than normal. We have a couple errands to run, so you know, we'll talk and let it go for maybe the next 20 minutes or so. But I think today might be down for a little bit longer than most people are expecting. So Lord Troll says, how did you get those bags? Oh, sorry for all the questions. No, it's all good. This kind of ties back to all my alts, and the reason I have them all is just because I go through and I do my daily professions, or I did like a month ago. That's kind of how I generate my gold. I'll go through, I have a bunch of tailorers as well as engineers, and just create the bags and the mounts, and you know, through the daily profession thing, whatever you want to call it. But that's pretty much why I have all those bags. I've probably sold, man, I don't know, the first half of the year I've probably sold over 1,000 bags. So you know, just log into the alts each day, spend all of like a minute or two on them, and then log back off. With that though, let's go ahead and we'll put this up one more time for the stream. Like I said, we're going to go offline. As far as the Ironman challenge goes, we have the rules on the left. And give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. 1 second. Alright, I'm gonna try that one more time because Logan said the thing was muted. Alright, so with that, you guys can hear me now, right? Alright, so just real quick, girlfriend burned her hand on the stove. We're gonna take care of that. That's why I forgot. But so we have a little bit of emergency on our end. We will take care of that, and tomorrow will be a normal stream, maybe extended stream on Thursday and Friday, but we're going to take care of things on our end, and we'll go from there. So take care, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Sorry for the muted mic. You guys take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Sorry for the short stream. Bye-bye.